everybody. Welcome to ASB. I am Mrs. Priske. This is your students' first period class. We meet from 7:05 to 8 a.m. every day. And I love that I get to see your students first thing in the morning. I really appreciate all of their hard work that they've already been putting in this semester. Just those first 3 weeks, there's things that have happened with distance learning that I never thought could happen, and we'll talk about those, but I'm just super thrilled to be able to be working with them. Our weekly schedule, we have our Management Mondays. This is where all students will meet in our Zoom, but we'll meet in breakout rooms with our different commissions or class officers. And I don't know if you know this, but your student is, ASB is broken up into about 17 different job responsibilities. We have things like rallies, social media, honor and service, student outreach, media tech. We have all sorts of things, and all of the students are divided up into those categories, and that is how we move forward with planning. And we use Mondays as kind of our day where we can just kind of come up with some different ideas, especially with this distance learning, and just plan for whatever activities we have coming up in the week. Tuesdays are our parliamentary days. This is where we will approve any purchase orders, check requests, fundraisers, and then we will also be meeting with any of the commissions if needed as well. Wednesdays are a little different. These are our asynchronous teaching days. So students are required to post in Google Classroom by 8:30 a.m. and there will be one question that they just have to answer. It's just one kind of a fun fact or whatever question every Wednesday that they will need to make sure that they log into Google Classroom and answer that question, and that is how we'll be taking roll. Asynchronous teaching is designed for not necessarily to be in front of Zoom, but for the students to have time outside of Zoom to be meeting with their different commissions. And sometimes you have the social media commission needs to meet with the rallies commission or whatever it is, and this day is designed for that. So they don't need to log into Zoom on Wednesdays, but they do have to log into Google Classroom. Thursdays is our leadership day. We have taken it upon ourselves this year to have small leadership lessons every Thursday, and we are talking about things like personal goals. We're talking about how to get along with one another, how to be a good leader on campus. There's a whole different topics that we're going over, and the students are each taking a turn and kind of teaching some of those lessons, and I'm overseeing everything. And so far it has been super great. We are doing a little bit of journaling, and it's just been a really fun thing already so far, just a couple weeks in. And your students are all rock stars. I know I've said that, but they truly are. So Thursdays are our leadership days. Fridays are our fun Fridays. I try to make this just a little bit more relaxed, and just let's all have a bowl of cereal together or something like that, but just kind of a time to just hang out, decompress. We might have a team building game or something like that, get to know you, or something like that. But it is a scheduled class and they do have to be there, but that's just kind of how our breakdown is for Fun Fridays. Expectations. Expectations for ASB this semester are probably very similar to what your other classes are. Be present, make sure that they attend all Zoom meetings and that they participate. It's very easy at 7 in the morning to just roll over, turn your Zoom on, and then just kind of check out. But I really want the kids to be engaging with one another. And this is how we start making those connections and those relationships. Zoom etiquette, just like in all the other classes, they have to have their first and last name. They need to have their cameras on at all time. I know there's a couple of students that have had some issues with their cameras, but we're working on those. And but just the normal Zoom etiquette for just like your other classes. Make sure they're checking Google Classroom daily. A couple things that we've done so far in Google Classroom, we actually have a pen pal assignment. Your student was matched up with another student in ASB, and 1 week they will actually handwrite a letter to another person in ASB, and then the next week they will receive a letter, a handwritten letter. So just kind of a fun way to keep connected during distance learning. We've already had some spirit days and different activities. We did a Kahoot. I'll talk about that in a few minutes. But another expectation that we have is that all students are part of the Remind app. And so it's almost like a big group text for ASB. I'm pretty sure that everybody's on it, but if you want to ask your student about that, it's just a really quick way to get out information to all the students. Number 5, offer to help. There's so much new stuff going on this year. It's very hard to know the details and the planning and this. And we just really enjoy those students that are able to offer any extra help that they can, even if it's not their commission. That doesn't mean they can't help, but just wanting to get out there. And most of them are just so great at that. ASB is going to look a little different this year, but we are not shutting down. We are going to really plow forward. Our huge, big philosophy this year is that we just want to keep students connected. We want to keep students connected through this distance learning. We want to keep them connected to the West Ranch community and just still feeling a part of the school and not just out there all by themselves. Some activities and events. We've already had a virtual Spirit Week. Everybody's dressing up on Zoom. We're posting different things on social media. We also are working on staff and faculty communication with the students. We had a really successful school-wide Kahoot last week where we had some fun facts about teachers, and we had over 1,000 kids playing a Kahoot at the same time. And thanks to WRTV, we were able to make that happen. We're working pretty closely with WRTV this year, and both of us are trying to just be that connection that the students are getting while distance learning. We will still keeping up with our virtual lunch bunch. Right now, we're right in the middle of clubs and Club Rush. We're going to be having a Club Rush week where students can learn all about clubs and join clubs. And again, that's just that smaller group of students where they can make that connection. We're hoping that we can do some sort of drive-in movie night. Again, there's so many details, but we're starting the first stages of planning of that, which would be super fun. We're going to keep our annual blood drive. It just won't be on campus, but there will be lots of information to follow with all of that. And that leads me to communication. The best way to know what is happening in ASB and at the school is through our Instagram accounts. You can see there, the ASB one is at West Ranch ASB. And then we also have a school-wide one at West Ranch Wildcats. Both of those are great ways to stay in communication, to kind of see what's happening, what's coming up. You can get details on activities and different things through that. And then also our Facebook page, West Ranch Pride. We keep up with that. There's all sorts of communication through that as well. And then we have our West Ranch High School website, and we have our ASB link that's up there, and that will take you directly to the ASB website. I also put my email and then my phone number if you have any questions about anything in activity or what's happening. Please feel free to reach out to me. My email's there, and that's probably the best way to get in touch with me. Lastly, I just want to say thank you. I know that ASB can be very busy, very taxing. Sometimes it's last minute throw together things, and you might have to run to the store to grab this or drop this off or whatever. And I just want to say that I really appreciate the time that you allow your students to spend with me and to spend just taking care of ASB. I truly appreciate their hard work, and I can see the passion in them for wanting to serve the school and just to keep that school connected. I tell them all the time that they are the heartbeat of the school. Kind of whatever they're doing and planning is kind of what filters over into the school. So again, they are absolute rock stars. They are doing a great job so far these first few weeks of just keeping everyone, trying to keep them connected and just with ideas and all sorts of things. Please do not hesitate to reach out with me. And again, I just want to say thank you for allowing your kids to work with ASB and to work with me. I truly am honored that I have this job, and I absolutely love my job. It's so fun. So thank you. And again, just reach out if you have any questions. And I hope to see you guys in person very soon. Take care.